Hello everyone, welcome back to my video series on Python programming, file handling. I, Professor Sanjay Matpati, IICMR MC department, take this opportunity to continue with this particular topic. Today we will be discussing about handling of CSV files. Everyone must have heard about the concept of CSV file. What does CSV stands for? Comma separated values. Okay, but obviously the CSV files gets opened with the Microsoft Excel. So data is stored in the form of table. Okay, if you can open the same file with the help of notepad as well, but you will see all the contents are separated with the comma. Okay, this is the most popular format for any kind of programming, whatever we have learned as before or maybe in future also. Okay, this is the most popular format we require. So how to deal with this, how to create a file using Python. Okay, of course CSV file, and then how to read the contents back again if the CSV file already exists. Okay, in further session also we require to deal with the CSV files. So that's why we have one separate module which is called as a CSV module. So module name is what? CSV. So very first thing that we should import that module CSV. Okay, so that we have opened the file. So simply we open file name emp.csv. Okay, in write mode. Okay, that means what? My file gets opened. If the file does not exist, file gets created. Okay, just now ignore this particular part. Okay, I will tell you what is the difference, why I have used this part. So file name and the mode, okay, as f. So here f is the file object. Okay, now we have to create a CSV writer object. If I would like to write something into the specific file, then I have to create the CSV writer object. So CSV.writer, the name of the file for which I am going to assign this object, and name of the object. So through CSV writer object only I can write the data. Okay, only I can write the data. So as I said that if this is the file, okay, this is my file object. Okay, then file object first have to send what to the writer object, and writer object is responsible to write everything inside the file. Okay, so there is a mediator, CSV writer. Okay, so just we'll discuss about first three lines first, and then check whether this is going to be executed or not. Let's see, we write program first. Hardly will execute only first two lines. Open, new, others. Okay, so here just write import CSV. Next with open. Okay, which file would like to open? Say randomly I will write say xyz.csv. Okay, which may not be there. Of course, if you would like to specify the path, then where this file should be opened. Remember this path. Okay, comma. I'm going to open what? Simply in the write mode. Okay, as f. F is the object. So instead of writing f equals to this is also possible, no problem, but in that case we have to take care of what? Just f dot close. So explicit close is required in that case. Then we will create a CSV writer object. So CSV dot writer, which is responsible for what? Just pass file object as a parameter for CSV dot writer. Okay, we'll just save this much only. So I'll write CSV1. This is what name of the file. Okay, and let's try to execute this file first. Okay, file.csv1. Enter. Okay, now let's see whether the file gets created or not. Okay, see here xyz.csv file is created with 0 bytes. Okay, through Windows Explorer also can be verified. Say XYZ file is created. If I open it with the Excel, say nothing is there inside this file, but file is created xyz.csv. Okay, now let's write something into this particular file. Okay, simple one. Okay, just for writing, I'll take the contents from here only. How do I write all the contents? So I will not waste time in typing. And again, we have to remember that indentation is important one. Okay, if I don't use this, only I will write this much. What happens? Say W, that is CSV writer object dot write row. Okay, how the row has to be written. So this is responsible to write the single row, and all these are the headings. Okay, so whenever we create any CSV file, that explicitly we must know that to deal with the heading of the column. So first row always contains the heading, that we know. So we have to write, or we have to create the heading. So this is the first column heading, second column heading, third column heading, and fourth column heading. Employee number, okay, e-name, salary, and address. Okay, and we are going to provide it in the form of list. Again, I will save this and execute only this much part, and let's see whether these contents will be written or not. So I'll execute my program. Let's open this file and check whether something is written. Okay, now you can see e-name, employee name, salary written in the same XYZ file. Okay, then if I would like to write the data, into, or the contents into this file, but obvious one row easily can be added. Say I'll just maximize this. One row easily can be added just by using the write row, and I have to specify this value. So similarly, I can specify statically, but if I would like to accept it from the user, okay, some specific number of record I would like to write. So in that case, what I will do, just I will accept that how many number of employee records you would like to enter. Okay, then using for loop I'll access the data. Okay, I in range n, that n number of records, accept the values into a specific variable, and then this particular line is responsible to write the data. Okay, so see why here we have used the double quotes, and why we have not used the double quotes over here. So this I want as a string has to be written as it is, while here ENO, e-name, e-sal, e-address, okay, these represents the variables or the objects where I am going to accept the data from the user. Then employee number converted into integer format, where salary is converted into float format. Otherwise name and address, both of them are in the string format as it is, whatever the data user is going to enter. And we know that input is responsible for what? Just accepting the data, okay, store into this and writing one row. Okay, so we'll just write two rows and then try. Control S. We'll execute this. Say enter how many number of employees we want. So I will write only 2. Okay, first employee number say 101, then employee name is say Satish. Okay, salary is 5,000. Again employee address maybe Pune. Then employee number say 102. Okay, Rajesh, salary is say 7,000, and then address is Mumbai. Okay, enter. Now we'll get the message that total employee data written to CSV file successfully. Let's check whether it is written really or not. Okay, so this is what XYZ file. Okay, now what happened over here? Only second record is available as well as space is available. Okay, actually I should start over here. From this particular point I should start, right? So how this can be removed, this space as well as how this can be minimized. Let's see again. Okay, what all changes required? So initially told you that just to remove the space I have to use the parameter called as the new line equals to simple single quote. So this will skip the new lines. Okay, what about this? Say as this was not the part of for loop, only last record, only last value available in ename, eno, salary, okay, get stored. So I'll just make this particular line as a part of for loop, and let's see now what happens. Okay, whether it will write all the records whatever I am going to give or not. Okay, see new line, purpose of this new line equals to, where I have written with the open, new line equals to just single empty quotes. Then save this file, run this file. Okay, again employee number, say I will write now 201. Oh shit, sorry, number of employees I have given 201, sorry. Say I'll use number of employees 3. Okay, now here 201, enter, name is Sanjay, salary is 5000. Okay, address is Pune, enter. Then employee number is 202. Okay, then Rajesh, salary is 7000, address is Mumbai. Okay, employee number 203. Then name may be, again I'll use the Satish, salary is 10,000. Okay, and address is Delhi. Okay, enter. Successfully written. So whether the records are successfully written in my CSV file with this specific path or not, let's check with the help of Windows Explorer. Okay, XYZ, if I open this, okay, now you can see that the first row is already written, and here all these records we have written with respect to our for loop. Say here this for loop is responsible for writing the multiple record. So accepts the data from the user, and then write row is responsible to write the single record at a time into the currently opened CSV file. Okay, this is what writing just the heading, while this is the writing actual data. Okay, so as many as number of times you can use the write row just to write the contents, okay, which are in the form of a list, but obvious the number of values should be same. Okay, here if value is not specified, then of course that cell will remain blank in your CSV file. Okay, now let's go through the next slide. This is how do we write the data into the CSV file? How do we write the data into the CSV file? Okay, but one row at a time, Okay, now reading the data from the CSV file. Okay, so here instead of single row, if you would like to write the multiple rows, then there is a function called as a write rows. WRITEROWS, write rows. Okay, so you can specify the list of list. You can specify the list of list, that is here this is the first element, comma second element, comma third element, comma fourth element, like this, and you can use the function called as a write rows. Okay, WRITE, write rows, ROWS. So simultaneously multiple number of rows can be written at a time. Okay, now see reading the contents from the CSV file. Reading the contents from the CSV file. Very simple. Again, we have to import the CSV module. Inside the CSV module, okay, first we are going to use the CSV reader method. Okay, so first we have created the file object. Say f equals to open emp.csv in read mode. emp.csv in read mode. Okay, then again here this is the CSV reader object we are going to create, is equals to csv.reader, and for which file object, that is f. Okay, simply whatever is the data we are going to read with respect to this reader object, okay, we are going to convert it into the list form. So generally when we read anything from the CSV file, it is already in the form of list, but okay, we are going to create a list for all the records. Create a list for all the records. So this is what the first row, second row, third row and fourth row. So but this is what first list, second list, third list and fourth list. For entire thing I would like to create a one more list. So this represents R. So entire thing is converted in the form of list. Okay, so we know this is the constructor for the list. Okay, that anything we would like to convert it into the list form, then I can write the list method. Okay, and which is stored in the data, and simply I will print the data. But how do I print? It's up to me whether I want to print it line by line, whether I want to print it column wise. Then I have to deal with all these things. Okay, so let's see only first part. Only first part, how it works. Already we are having the data xyz dot CSV. We are already having the data with this. Okay, so whatever I have shown in the PPT may not be available. Okay, but just we'll type new, okay, import CSV, f equals to open. I'll just write d colon slash slash say pyplog slash slash, okay, forget to include the double quotes, xyz dot CSV comma read mode. Then CSV reader object we have to create, R equals to CSV dot reader for the file object F. Okay, then we will see data, and then equals to list of, okay, R. You just use any name for the read object, doesn't matter. Okay, and if I directly write print data, see what exactly available with me. Okay, later on we can perform so many operations. We will see later in advanced topics. Okay, but here how to read the data from the CSV file, that we have to discuss right now. Read the data. So I'll just use only this much. I'll save that CSV underscore read. Okay, this may be the name of my file. Let's execute this file. Okay, py CSV read py. So you can see the contents which are available in my file get executed. Okay, but list of list from this point to this point, this is first element of list which is already in the form of list. This is again second element of the list, then third element of the list. So everything is in the form of list because of our method whatever we have used. Okay, so because of the list method we have used. If you like to print one by one element, then we have to deal with this instead of this print. Okay, what we have to do, simply we may write say for line ln in data, I want to print this. Okay, and again for say column, okay, in ln, that is line. So row and column. So if you like to write ROW or RW here in RW. Okay, whatever are the variables you define, no problem. And then I would like to print this. So print, okay, print, what I am going to print, simply I would like to print the column, comma, after that I want some space to be there after one column. Say in that we have to write the course, comma, write end equals to, okay, of course I don't want the new line character or whether I want the new line character. Okay, so you have to decide that. If you don't want that after column there will not be any new line character, then just use the empty space. Okay, and coming after this, say I want after one row gets printed, I want some space should be there. So save this and execute the same program here. Okay, now you'll get the data printed. Say first column space, second column space, third column space. Okay, you just adjust according to your requirement and then you can format or get data printed from the format. Okay, so hope you understood the concept of reading and writing the data into the CSV file in Python. So what all things we have discussed in this session is what? Simply handling the binary data, how to open the file, binary file, and how to read and write the data contents for the binary file. Similarly, the concept of CSV file. Okay, so creating the CSV file, writing the data into the CSV file, and reading the data from the CSV file and then printing that CSV file. Okay, so that's all from my side in today's session. Maybe see you in next session. Thank you.